kids. I want to tell you a little story today about a young boy. I'm going to call him Luke. That's a good name. And Luke was sad. He was sad because he'd lost his best friend that he used to play with so often, and they had so many things they liked together. His friend had moved far, far, far away. Too far to be friends anymore. They couldn't see one another anymore, and he was really sad about that. Inside, he felt really sad because he felt that he was alone. Now, the word alone, I'm going to put that up here. I've got an L. The word alone is much like the word lonely, and that's how he felt. Now, if that was all the story, it wouldn't be very good. It wouldn't be a good ending to be lonely and to stay that way. But the good thing is that God doesn't want us to be lonely. When God made the first man, whose name was Adam, God said to him, even though there were lots of animals that came and were his companions, they weren't the same. They weren't the same as another person. And God said, it's not good that the man should be alone. And that's why God made the second person. Now, we have families and there are lots of people, but we can still be lonely. And God knows that. And because God knows that, he knows it very well, he knows it's not good for us to be alone. He did something about it. Many years ago, he sent someone. You can probably guess what his name is. Yes, it was Jesus, God's Son, God's very own Son. God sent his Son Jesus to this very same earth that we live on, to live here for a while, to show that God is our great friend. Jesus did many wonderful things while he was on earth. And at the last, he went back to heaven. One day, the Bible tells us, he's going to come again. He'll come as the great king. That's why I've drawn him with a crown. But even before he comes back, Jesus promised that he would always be our friend. Always. When he was about to go back to heaven, he had some of his friends with him there, including a man named Matthew. And Jesus said in front of them all there, Matthew and all the others, he said something very, very, very special. He said, draw some ground in here. He said these words, I will be with you always. Now that word you there means you, and it means me. It means mum and dad, it means everyone. I will be with you always. So I'm going to fill in this other word up here. Alone, but now Jesus has promised us that we don't have to be. We are never alone because he cares for us. Remember his words, I will be with you always. And that's the most wonderful thing to remember, that Jesus, God's Son, will be with us always. to the end of the world and beyond. He cares for us. Now I better do something about Luke's sadness here, so we'll give him a smile and he can say, "Yay!" And I hope inside you will too. Remember, no matter what happens, if we trust in Jesus, he is always with us, even when we can't see him. One day, we will see him. Thanks, boys and girls. There'll be on the church website for today's page, there'll be a copy of this to download and colour in if you'd like to do that. You might be able to get Mum or Dad to download it for you.